Oh, that felt like a good clap.
It sounded
That was a good one.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out.
The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. It's Greg and Joe. The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys.
Hello!
Welcome to episode 141 of the All Seeing Guys podcast. I, of course, am Greg.
Generally, that makes me Joe.
It does occasionally.
That was way
make
more
him Joe.
boring than my last one. I went on newsreader last time. I'll
You
do.
did,
I'll
yeah,
do
this time.
something fun for the exit.
This time you went more mysteriously. Like if you were like meeting somebody on a bridge to give them a document, and they're like, "Who are you?" And you'd
Yeah.
be like, "Generally, I'm Joe." and then like pop your collar and walk off into the pouring rain outside. And she's like,
And the
"Man,
person's
what a-
just
what a
left there, just
mysterious-
like-
what a mysterious figure he was.
The person just left there, just like generally.
Generally, what does that mean?
Oh, I haven't got
Generally, nice to
time.
meet you.
I've got these important documents now. I can't be. But what does he mean by generally? Gets hit by a bus.
That's really rude.
I don't know why. It's-
My mind's not going to focus on the job at hand now.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna get all my team killed.
I don't know why as well. But as soon as you said bridge, I just immediately this scene was going on in Putney. I don't think about like
Good
Kingston.
Oh yeah, of course. That bridge
Putney.
is too big and fancy for
I
what
think
was
it's because
thinking.
that.
I was thinking more.
Isn't that where that jogger got kicked or something like that, or got pushed in front of a bus or some shit?
Oh fuck yeah, Jesus yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
happened.
forgot about that.
That happened.
God, that did happen. Yeah, I'm sure we talked about that.
Probably.
Yes, of course. This is episode 141. Can you believe?
141 episodes.
Yes, a pleasant-looking number. The one with the 4 and the 1.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very
it's
true,
A nice,
yeah.
a nice symmetry to it.
It's almost got an element of binary to it, isn't it? 141.
Yes, it has. Yeah, a bit of coding going on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about the
I
episode.
don't think I don't think binary goes as high as 4.
How are we doing, Jackson?
Yes, very very well, thank you. And yourself, Gregory?
Yes, fairly adequate. Fairly
Fairly
as
adequate.
always.
Oh, that's always a good way.
Fairly-
It is, of course, a
fairly
Friday
adequate,
evening. We are back to our scheduled time slot.
Someone at work recently asked me, because I'm a bit more, obviously I've been there a while now, so I'm pretty relaxed and a bit more sillier. I'm a bit more my usual
Oh,
self.
I'm well silly, mate. I'm well silly in my job.
So I'm quite silly now, but they're starting to see my silly side. My humour doesn't land as well. I'm a lot older than a lot of people that I work with in most of the cases.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling,
one of
isn't
them
it?
will
It's a
pass-
weird feeling when you're like the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
adult.
Yeah. There's one of them walked past and was just like, how you doing, Greg? You all right? And I was like, yes, quite adequate. but didn't really look. I kind of carried on doing what I was doing. Just carried on doing what I was doing. Didn't really look at them. Just like, yes, quite adequate.
Yeah.
And they stopped him and they were just like, and they looked at me and they was like, you're so weird. I was like,
Loosened up nicely. Oh,
I
that's
was
a good
just
one.
like, oh yeah, sorry. Sometimes I don't think. I just
do. Sometimes
Same things.
I do before I think. It's a
yeah,
dangerous.
exactly. I do.
It's a
before
dangerous
I think.
combination. It's a dangerous combination. It's like mixing.
That's how I live my life.
It's like mixing a whiskey and coke backwards. And you do the whiskey in the measurement
Bit of
glass,
a-
and then just pour a shitload of whiskey in. No, wait. I've said no.
Bit-
I said whiskey twice
Yeah,
then, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, I'm really-
that would be. That would just be pouring a large whiskey.
I'm really baked. I'm sorry.
Generally pouring a large whiskey.
Gen-
It's all right, I'm
gen-
on the same
generally
train of
pouring?
thought as you. Generally pouring. I thought that earlier when you said we were
fucking
talking
blew
before
snot
we
out
started
my nose.
recording.
Oh,
We
I've
were
done that in
talking
ages.
before I hit record. We were chatting, and you said the general feedback's pretty good. And in my head, I was just like general feedback.
Yeah. Or just like, or just like, oh god, this fucking plan's a major nuisance. Oh, major nuisance.
Major nuisance. Nuisance. You know what? We'll start with the first thing. We'll start with the first discussion point we've got here. Wanted to briefly mention, of course, that as you raised to me, obviously it's been 2 years since Moses passed away.
It has indeed. Sorry,
Not
are we just
to
gonna
the
are we
day
gonna
of
skip?
recording,
Are we just gonna
but it
completely
was this
skip?
week.
Are we gonna completely skip past the fact that for a second week running we haven't got any geese drops?
No, I have geese drops.
Oh right. Oh, we're doing that another time. I thought we were
No,
going into news stories. We're just having.
This isn't like a news story. No, this isn't a news story. This is
sorry.
just the general opening up of the podcast conversation.
Sorry, you gave it an introduction.
just-
I thought we were moving on.
No, yeah, we were getting a bit muddled in that conversation.
This
so I
is
thought
a-
I'd just direct us into
One
into an actual
141 is a
direction.
fucking train wreck already. Jesus. It's my fault as well. I'm so sorry.
So-
I'll
I'm
let
the
you
same.
just be the host. Continue. Please continue. I'm so sorry.
So I was made aware that it was 2 years since Moses passed this week when I saw someone
Me.
shared a post on Facebook
It was me.
of Moses' plaque being put on the bench.
Oh, I didn't know. It wasn't me. What was it like? Them like drilling it on?
No, it was just photos of it on the bench.
Oh, okay.
And it was really nice. And everyone was like, "Oh, at last, blah blah blah." And the guy shared it, and then I took the post and shared it to All Seeing Guys. And I actually think I wrote 2 years since Moses has passed.
Yeah.
And then the guy who I shared it from was like some politician guy, young politician guy in Kingston. He looks like he should be the main character in a spoof mockumentary TV series.
Like the thick of it.
About like a town politician who's like a young guy with his glasses and his freckles.
But like a really
hair.
small town. Like
Kingston.
Like Dibley
It's
from
Kingston.
Vicar of Dibley.
Yeah, but I'd imagine it'd be like Dibley in the documentary, I'd imagine. But anyway, so yeah, he now liked the All Seeing Guys page, so I'm sure he'll unlike that soon. after I shared it.
Yeah, he won't want to be associated with that. As much as
No.
I mean, we could talk about this in a moment, or we could much that you wouldn't want to be the Pope after his Instagram misgivings.
Oh yeah, he's looking like a picture.
We'll get there. We've got to do the
bikini or
Moses thing first.
Anyway, 2 years since Moses passed. So yeah, and then I saw someone today, Anna, shared the original post we made 2 years ago, saying we just found out Moses has died. She shared that today.
That made me really realise is that I put it out because it came up in my memories, and but it made me realise it's like I said, like today is Moses Day, and I stand by that. Today is Moses Day, but like
it is Moses Day.
Obviously, this was the day that it was confirmed that he passed away, but we don't know if he actually passed away on this day. But Moses Day is the day the day it was confirmed, and we keep that in our hearts.
Yeah. Well, it's a day it shows up on our Facebook memories.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. We hold it deep in our data.
That was like literally our most popular post ever.
We
became like
nuts,
the main source of news.
Yeah, that was
It
weird.
got
I felt like
shared
TMZ
so
for a
many
moment.
I remember at one time messaging you being like, "Man, that Moses post been shared like 40 times. That's weird." And then it went up to like 100 and something. Didn't it?
It went
kept going.
fucking it went right off. But
Yeah,
to be
and
fair,
for,
I
like-
went back through
and we
the.
got a few
I went
likes
back
out of
because I was looking at it. Did really well on Facebook. Loads of fucking likes and shit. Not that really
Yeah.
matters, but it's not about that.
No.
It's about Moses. But there was like about 200 plus comments of people just sort of saying like, or like tagging their mates in it and shit like that. But then every now and again there'd be like a bit where like someone would say like a story. They were fucking great to read through.
Yeah.
So I posted it.
yeah.
I posted it today, and there was some other people that shared their stories. Like they just came back to their minds. But it was. I saw how much like you really put some fucking effort into it, man, because you were putting like GoFundMe links for his for a memorial for him. There was fucking updates and shit. There was like links to like fucking Surrey Comet articles and shit. Like you went full Ritz Cricker on it, mate. You went full detective.
Mate, I was feeding it. Mate.
Yeah,
I was
man.
feeding that fire because it became like the communal discussion point.
Yeah,
that's where for some reason that our post, I think we were the first one to really like, because everyone else had to be careful. We were just like, we think he's dead.
Yeah, we don't have a filter.
People weren't like, who the fuck All Seeing Guys? They were just seeing the post be shared and were just sharing it as well.
I mean, that's the thing about
Like-
Facebook is like you don't really like. I mean, I don't really fucking do it. But like if someone
No.
posts like a video or something from a page, I never really look at the title of the page that it's come from.
Yeah.
And I think that's why
Yeah.
everyone kicked off about Britain First when that was a thing. Like, because people just weren't seeing what the fucking information was like from. And it's so easy to do that. And I think that's the case with this. People just saw a source of news that was local to their area or something they remembered and just went, fucking
It wasn't
share
even news. It was a picture and my writing underneath it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a link to it.
Mate.
It was just us saying it.
The best bit is the sign off fucking sentence that you wrote, and it was something like, now we are known as the town with the fallen phone boxes. Before that, we were Moses' town, and damn proud of it. And I was just like, I was outside having a cigarette, and I read it, and I was just like, fuck yeah! Fucking mate, I was so pumped. I was so amped up after that. I feel like I felt like I was in like an American football film, and like you were the coach giving a rousing speech, and we were all just like headbutting each other because we were so fucking mental for it.
Damn proud of it. I don't remember writing that.
Oh mate, it was beautiful. It was fucking poetry. That's what it was, Greg.
Yeah, but it really was one of those moments where everyone loved Moses in Kingston. And if for those of you who don't know who Moses is, we obviously just talked about him a hell of a lot. By now, you've probably Googled Moses, Kingston upon Thames and already found the answer for yourself. But yeah, he was a character in Kingston that was many stories behind. I'm not going to go into it. It's a long old. We did a whole episode pretty much on Moses at one point.
We had it,
But
in the early days when we started off, we did about Well, we called them
We did
town
the Kingston
crazies, but I
episode.
don't want to call them that anymore.
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
no, we didn't.
we didn't,
We
did we?
changed. We called them town ambassadors.
Ambassadors. Yep, that was right.
That's
and a
what
more
we
and
call- that's
a
what
more like words. It's just a more profound and fucking meaningful characteristic, and I don't know.
Because he was our town ambassador.
Greg,
he
stop
was
me!
the
Just
face
stop
of the
me
town.
talking. Jesus Christ!
Everyone knew who Moses was.
Fucking yeah,
Everyone
man.
in Kingston has stories
If
about
you-
Moses. Well, I have several.
If you grew
I have
up
several
like,
stories and
if you
encounters.
grew up in Kingston or like
Countless.
worked in Kingston, if you worked in Kingston, you definitely knew who fucking Moses was.
Yeah.
He was just the town character.
was.
Everyone's got one. Every town's got one, but ours was the best.
Yeah, ours was awesome. So yeah, we won't go into it now, but yeah, look up Moses at Kingston, or go back and listen to our very early episode, Town Ambassadors. That was like one of the first 10, I think.
He is
a
a
very early
fashion
episode.
fashion icon.
Yeah,
Fashion
he
icon.
wears some. I love this Beefeater outfit. I loved it. He was
Yeah.
dressed up as Zorro. I loved it when I saw him just wearing black like spandex and wearing loads of Shaun the Sheep backpacks strapped to it. Like,
I always
off his legs, his arms.
the red and
Cowboy,
the red and white
construction worker,
the red and white striped one was good. Also,
which
the
he
outfit-
favoured a lot in his later years. That's pretty much all he wore was black and red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The last
The
couple of
outfit
years.
that also involved just him having a skateboard across his chest.
Oh yeah,
That
and the baby. Do you remember he had a baby with a pram, like a fake baby strapped to him once, and like a
Yeah.
pram at one point? He
See,
had
that's
some
it. If
props
he
at
was
points.
actually not Moses and just like a method actor, and he was like he left his house with that pram and baby and was just like, no, this is too much, and just wheeled it back in. The skateboard's enough. It says a lot. So yeah, rest
Gotta be
in
brave enough to
peace,
stick to this.
Moses. Yeah.
I was rest in peace, Moses. I was texting Johnny just before we start recording, and I just saw his message, and he's like, "All right, say hello to Joe from me and plug the book."
Well, that's a perfect time for Greg to talk about his book.
No, book plugged. You book plugged. I'm not.
Book plugged,
We're
we're announcing it.
Social media, it's everywhere.
Following
Following social media, it's all over the gap.
Book club.
But if you do know anyone that collects Star Wars, do send them over to a Kickstarter. Look up,
Yeah, no, go on.
Red
Let's
Fire
fucking
Designs
talk about it.
vintage book.
How's it
Thank
going?
you.
How's the Kickstarter going?
It's all right. It's going okay. It's going okay. We've been shaking things up a bit, kind of taking a lot of people's feedback and like making some adjustments to obviously be like, right, this is what the larger audience wants, so
Yep.
let's give that to them.
Have
So
you
we've got that, like, pretty much.
have you guys thought about starting an OnlyFans account?
No, but there's a woman on the Red 5 Designs Instagram I follow.
Yeah.
She always has a stormtrooper helmet with like a weird face painted on it. Like a, it's made to look like it's sort of like a, hard to explain. It's got like lipstick painted on it. Like it's not like an actual detailed face painted on it.
No.
It's just,
Is it like one of
makeup
those
on
like
it, just
Japanese style masks?
So no, it's a stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah, I know, but
From
like,
Star Wars.
is the painting on it to look like one of those sort of?
No, it's not. Literally, it's just like light bits. It's like a painted like blonde quiff at the top, almost like Lego hair, and then it's got like painted on lips. It hasn't really got like a background or anything. It's just her in a helmet and pretty much in her underwear, or just like her feet in the camera, or just like, but like loads of Star Wars stuff. Like even Johnny was like, "Who's this person on Instagram?" Every time I look at her, she's like in her knickers. And I'm like, "Yeah, she's got a fans only, like
A fans only.
Like, yeah, she's got an
Only
fans
fans.
only account. Oh, OnlyFans, sorry. Oh dear.
Love it.
It's like an old man. She's got one of those peephole accounts. Peephole, is it called?
She's on that. Was she Bebo? She's on that.
Well, yeah.
She's on that. She's got one of them Bebo. She's got a MySpace.
She's always plugging it. And obviously she does a few Star Wars themed shoots, and like, maybe people love it. Like all these men
Yeah,
are
of course
just
they
like,
do.
oh
Of
yeah,
course they
lovely,
fucking
yeah,
do,
all
mate.
Star Wars. Oh, may the Force be with you. Oh, the Force is with me.
I am I am the furthest thing from a Star Wars fan. Not to say I hate it, I just don't care enough.
No.
But like, not that I don't care about what you're doing. I think the work you're doing is absolutely
fine, it's
fantastic.
okay. It's
Excellent
all right.
recovery there. Look at that fucking recovery on that.
I'm not racist, but
Yeah, but that is it. That's the Star Wars version of that, basically.
yeah.
No, I'm not the biggest of Star Wars fan, but if I see a hot looking chick in a Princess Leia outfit, I'm just like, nice. Well played.
The gold bikini, I assume, not the long white gown.
I was
in the first one.
I was down the.
I really love her in that Hoth get up uniform.
When it was when I had my office job and it was Halloween and I went in with like a painted face and shit, and then like I went to the pub like after work, like down the Fighting Cocks, and there was some people down there like dressed in like fucking outfits and stuff, but not going all out, and then this fucking dude just turns up like dressed fully as like Darth Maul, looking fucking awesome. And then just like his fucking girlfriend or whatever just turns up just looking like Princess Leia. Full Princess Leia it. Like slave gold bikini shit. I was just like, yo, she's got to be fucking cold, man. She's got to be cold. She looks fucking hot, but she's got to be cold. Like, I hats off. You know what?
You're very concerned about her temperature.
Mate, I take my hat off to any girl that is confident enough to basically leave the house in a bikini and not being near a beach.
I was going to go straight from that into my mouse update, but I'm actually thinking, you know what? We've done quite an intro at the moment, so maybe we're going to Geezedropping, then I'll drop my mouse my mouse updates.
The mouse.
Right, Geezedropping.
I'll do the,
I've overheard a conversation. Oh, Joe's interrupted me.
Sorry,
Wait a minute.
I'm
what does Joe have to say? It's so important during the Geezedrop.
I'm really good at interrupting you tonight. I'm going to really fucking knock you off.
It's because we have got a weird delay still going on.
Yeah, no, it's
why.
fucking Skype, innit? Well, sort of Skype. Fuck.
We're talking over Skype, but the recording's not from Skype.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
No, you carry on. I've completely forgotten what I was going to fucking say.
I knew it.
As you were.
Geezedropped. Basically, people hear stuff and tell us what they've heard. Geezedropping.
Having a listen.
Got so sick of it, he couldn't even do the full fucking thing.
I got a Geezedrop, an actual Geezedrop I heard with my own ears.
Oh, mate. How did that
My
feel? Did that
man.
feel good? Was it like smoking crack for the first
Felt
time?
great. Felt great. I was in the park of Indiana, and there was a man walking his dog, and I could hear him swearing a bit. He was talking to there was a guy in the park fixing rides, fixing like
The
things
swings?
they play on. Yeah, it was a swing actually, and this guy walked past him. I could hear him like chatting to him. I couldn't make it out what he was saying, but I kept hearing him be like "fucking no, fucking no," He was swearing a lot. Anyway, his dog ran off, and I just heard him just go, "Come here, you fucking dumb dog!"
Oh, man. I really hope you were going to say he shouted Fenton then.
Oh my god, that would have been so good. It wasn't Fenton, I'm afraid.
Or just, fucking Fenton! Are you sure you just didn't, like... It sounds like Adele was in your park, mate.
You fucking... It wasn't Adele, it was a dude. You fucking dumb dog.
Love it.
And luckily, as always, my buddy Ashley has sent us some geese drops as well.
Yes.
I'm glad someone's listening.
I feel like
I think I actually said
he
sent me one last.
Did Marin send us this one?
She sent not a geese drop, but she sent some stuff that I am going to bring up on here.
All right, sorry for jumping the gun
She
there.
sent some stuff. No, it's fine. By all means. I'm
all over the place tonight.
It's fine. It's not a secret. You can also see the All Seeing Guide's Facebook fucking inbox.
Yeah, no, but I just for some reason it's really weird, like trying to get it on my phone. Like I feel like for some reason it just goes really odd and doesn't show me anything.
Yeah, it's they've only just thought. I feel now that only this latest iPhone I have, I don't know what number it is, but this iPhone is the only time I've ever successfully been able to navigate between inboxes on Facebook by switching accounts seamlessly through Messenger. Before it was just a bit of a fucking ball ache.
That was a great.
Anyway.
That was a really great flex there, by the way. We're just like, oh, I've got an iPhone. I don't know which number. Doesn't even care. Doesn't even care what number it is.
I don't know. I just like ones that work, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, Ashley sent us this one, I think, maybe a week or so ago, and I think I forgot to play it in the last episode, so I've got this one and another one he sent. So fucking let's go. I'm just gonna hold it up to the microphone.
Yeah, go nuts.
Ashley's Geezedropping. Yes, I just saw like two little lads. One of them's got a little bag of pork scratching. My mate is like, yeah. Have you got a really hairy one, man? Find me a hairy one. I want a hairy one. I'm gonna snuffle that up like a rat. What the fuck? Much of a geese drop, but made me smile.
Joe lost it from the.
I had to I had to withdraw laughter because I thought I was going to miss the geese. I'm sweating now. Jesus Christ! Oh, Ashley, he saved you about 20 minutes there where you don't have to sort out a theme tune for him. He's done it himself.
It makes it easier for me.
Can we?
He sent me this one as well. I love that though. Because I think I replied actually saying, I've bonded with many a man over pork scratchings in a pub.
Yeah, mate.
Pork scratchings, bringing men together, hairy ones and all.
Mate, that is exactly how you and I first met, properly.
No, you and Ed, wasn't it?
Nah,
Was it me and you?
Nah, it was when you and Lee were in the pub. You were sort of sat down the end, and I was sat on my own, and I ordered a bag of pork scratchings, and I pulled one out, and it looked like a pig's ear, and it had a lot of hair sticking out of it. And I held it up, and I think Lee just saw it. It was just like, ugh. And I was like, I think I just looked over and was like, have you fucking seen that? And that was it. And we've been
that was it.
We haven't stopped talking for 10 years.
Longer than that, way longer than 10 years now.
Nah, it's like 10 years, isn't
I've
it?
been with mate, I've been with Lizzie like 11 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Longer.
No, yeah, of course it's sorry. The concept of time is lost on me.
I'm going to play the next one Ashley sent.
Cool. Yeah, sorry.
Ashley's geese.
Oh, no, that's the same one.
I'm all right with it.
That's the same one.
I loved it. I thought he'd done. Oh, he's like, he's going to do that every time. Okay.
This one. Here we go.
Easy now, Gregory. It's not really a geese drop, but I was just coming down the stairs and heard my mother and father speaking, which was an odd one. So Mum's got a bad knee is the little bit of a backstory, but literally as I'm coming downstairs, all I hear from my dad is, "Helen, have you got your strap on? I'm ready." My mum's like, "Oh, let me go find the strap on." Yeah, they were going shopping, but I pissed myself.
The way he says pissed himself at the end, it's almost like he generally wet himself.
Like it was
he says it so just like, yeah, go shopping. I pissed myself. Like he said it almost like that.
It's not used in a descriptive format. It's more of just a confession. Oh God. Oh, I hope
Joe was gone through most.
Mate.
I don't even know if Joe heard all of it.
Easy now, Greg.
He was. He was almost out of camera.
Oh god.
crying at that point.
My chest is warm. My chest is so warm right now. Oh, that was great. Thank you, Ashley. Never ever send us a Geezedrop in type format ever again. That was fucking great.
To be fair, he hasn't. He always sends videos.
It's easy, mate. How easy is that though? Just to do a voice clip. So easy. We've been dickheads writing them down for 4 years.
Just be us playing all endless clips of us telling stories.
Yeah.
And just be the podcast.
Imagine that.
Is now us and our phone pressing play.
Imagine if just
playing
like
against the microphone.
Imagine if just our WhatsApp was just nothing but Geezedrops recorded, and you could just go through the lot of them. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Man, right. Thank you, Ashley. That was.
Thank
hilarious.
you. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you. In more ways than one. Just thank you.
In more ways. Thank you in more ways than one. Yes. Mouse update.
Yes.
Mousegate 2020.
Did you just
Last
burp?
episode, I did just.
I thought that was like the intro to the mouse update. It was right. You went mouse update, and then just went boo. Crazy.
Jesus. I remember, like, you just randomly made me remember when me, you, and Ed's birthday, we had the barbecue here, and we went to like, walk in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? I remember I kept burping loads because we've been drinking loads of beers and then went for a big walk. I remember every time I burped, I was like flapping my lips at the end, so I was like...
like Barney in The Simpsons.
And like, yeah, but it sounded more kind of like that.
Oh, more like the intro to Harry Enfield.
Without even looking, I remember Ed, he's back of his head, he didn't even turn to look at me. I just heard him go, "Easy, girl." I just sounded like a horse.
Oh man, I got the best fucking friends. I got the best fucking friends, man.
It really set me off, man. It was fucking funny. Anyway, that aside, and my burp that for some reason I thought I'd moved away from the mic to do, but Joe busted me and called me out.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. It sounded so futuristic. It sounded like a Star Trek door opening.
There's on in the book, in the film as well, A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
When the door opens and it's like really down, and it kind of just goes.
Like a depressed door.
It sighs every time it opens. And then the robot's depressed.
What is my purpose?
He's depressed. He's exactly like that. Yeah. So last episode I talked about how the mouse had appeared. A mouse we heard it scratching, and then Lizzie saw it the night before we last recorded, and I hadn't seen it at that point. I just told the story of what Lizzie had seen. So we're recording on what day is it today?
It's the 20th.
Friday.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, November the 20th, Friday. So this episode came out Tuesday, just gone. That's the day I first saw the mouse. I thought it was kind of interesting that the day the episode came out about me talking about it, it decided to come out and look me in the eye.
Because it had been hidden in the wall, and it's just like, heard you talking shit.
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is with you. But we hadn't seen it. We hadn't seen or heard from it in ages. Then after Lizzie saw it, we didn't see or hear from it again for like days.
Greg,
I was just like, it's.
You're basically a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
It is. It's happened. Yeah, it's finally happened. I'm a Looney Tune.
And then obviously that makes Lizzie like the maid woman who's just like Thomas. Because she never sees the mouse.
No, then Lizzie saw it first, but then
sorry.
We're sitting there watching TV. And I look and I just see it come out from underneath the TV unit. It just walks out, looks at me. And it's kind of like, oh, shit. And then just turns
just like, what up?
And then just runs back onto the TV. And I'm just like, there's the mouse.
That's fucked,
And he's like, what? And I'm like, it's under the TV. And then I could see there's two little grooves in it. And I could see in the other one, it had moved over and it was looking at us.
Oh.
And then I saw it poke its head out, then go back in. And then it went back to the other one. And then it just poked its head out. And by this point, we're stood on the sofa. And
yeah.
It just out, and then it just kind of... And then it just... Keeping to ran towards Indiana's toys, got to the wall, jumped over across the fireplace, and then just disappeared. So we assumed it went into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then the next night, sat there watching TV, I looked to talk to Lizzie, and I just see it running across the rug, and it stops, looks for a second, and then just shoots under the sofa.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's under the sofa! Like, back up.
Oh,
and then
man.
last night, didn't see it, but could hear it all night.
That's worse. That's fucking worse, man.
Like, it is worse. It is. And Lizzie's like, I can't stay down anymore. I'm going to bed. I can't listen to it. So she went to bed, and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed yet, because it was early still.
Yeah.
So he went to bed, and I had to stay down there on my own. But even then, it got to like 12:30, and I was like, I'm going to go to bed, actually, because I can just hear it.
Yeah.
You can just hear it in the kitchen. But didn't see it. It's playing mind games with you, man. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
with my
trippy.
mind.
That's really trippy shit.
Like, yeah, it's playing. So we're assuming, even though we've only seen it in the living room, we're assuming it's coming out of the kitchen, 'cause that's where we hear it.
Right.
And that's where it seems to run to when we started it.
Yeah.
So I'm in here now with the kitchen door closed. I'm a bit like, ooh, every time I look, that's like a mark on the floorboard.
And you get like,
Think
you
it's
see
a
something,
mouse.
in your peripheral vision, and you're
Man,
just like, what is that?
You can't relax and watch stuff in the living room because you're constantly just like, there it is.
Fuck,
Oh,
man.
that's not. Ooh, is that it? Like,
You made it sound
we
a bit
got-
more fun last episode, and now I'm just like, oh, I feel really sorry for Greg.
yes, it is. It's scary now. Not scary, but it's building.
Not
convenience.
scared. I'm not scared.
So.
but I'm just frustrated and annoyed
So
by
we
the
were
whole
putting
situation.
out we were putting out the killer trap, just for like we had it out for ages and it never caught it. And it was only like the other day Lizzie was saying to Indiana, right, we've got a mouse, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna catch it and get rid of it in case she would see it. You know, we're
Right.
telling her, you know, and she was like, oh okay. And Lizzie's like, and then we've got the mouse trap, so we'll get it. And Indiana's like, yes, and then we can give it back to its mummy and daddy.
Oh.
And Lizzie was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Greg, we need to get a humane trap. So she ordered a humane trap.
Oh.
So we've got one that it's like a long tube, and you put the food at the back, so it just walks in.
Yeah, and then it
in
just
theory,
shuts
the door
behind it.
shuts and it's trapped. And then you got to take it out and put it somewhere. Someone told me that if you release a mouse in under 3 miles from my house, they'll just come straight home. He's like, so I drove it to this park miles away.
Was it like The Sopranos?
I was like, I feel there should be like a part 2 mouse related artwork for this episode.
Oh hell yeah,
like
mate! I'm drawing us as the Sopranos, mate.
mate.
I'm drawing us as mobsters
Just us under
burying
the
a
bridge
dead mouse
handing
in
each other
like a
documents.
cornfield somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be good. chewing on a fucking matchstick. Or a toothpick, not a matchstick. So yeah, that we put out that trap out last night. Heard it loads. Nothing. Still empty.
What? So
we've got one,
you
so
heard
it's
the
out now,
mouse? You
and
heard
it's
the
been-
mouse loads? You mean?
Heard the mouse in the kitchen, but it didn't go in the trap. Even though
Interesting.
it's good, we got like peanut butter in there, and some seeds, like stuff. Apparently, Google says you should give them, and what the instructions say you should give them.
Oh, why don't you just make it a bed and
But-
so we can call it its home?
Pretty much is. That's pretty much what we've done. So I was on edge all last night, just waiting to see if I just heard it shut.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, right, well, I'm gonna have to like put shoes on and go for a walk.
Well, for 3 miles.
Like, no, not for 3 miles. Like, I'd probably just maybe go down to like near the woods and release it there or something.
Mate,
Like,
I want you so
I'm
bad.
what
Like,
the hell do I do?
I really like once if you catch this fucker in this trap you've got, I really want you just to take the tube and just fucking chuck it, mate. Just yeet.
Man, even while I've been telling you the story, I keep looking over at the wash bin, thinking I can see it run behind there.
I can slightly see you. It's not deterring you from the podcast, but I can see your eyes like darting to the side, like.
Yeah.
It's fine, man.
Yeah.
You're like
'Cause
multitasking. I couldn't do that shit. I'd be like, mate, we can't. I got to look at this like area where a mouse is and hopefully see it.
It's
Have
like
you
before
thought-
I get up off the sofa. Or before I get up off the sofa or enter a room, I like stamp my feet blows to see if it scurries out from anywhere. Right, it's safe to get up now because I've stamped the floor 5 times.
Have you potentially thought about getting you and Lizzie mouse costumes and just sitting in the living room and see what happens?
That's Plan B. That is Plan B.
That's also
Plan B.
artwork B if the Sopranos one doesn't pop up.
But yeah, the trap was out all day. I kept coming in, checking it. Nah, even now it's right now. It's the other side of the door, so I'm keep like
Yeah.
still empty.
I mean, I
The
hope.
thing is, after this podcast,
I'm
wanna
just
sit
really
down and
hoping
watch
this comes to a
Mandalorian.
conclusion for you.
Well, that's what I mean. I'll see after this. I'm going to sit down and watch Mandalorian, and I don't want the trap to snap while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I can just fucking. Hopefully, I want it to happen fairly soon.
Just pause it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know. But then I've interrupt me. It's interrupt me. It would interrupt me. But I kind of want it to happen like now.
Yeah,
Soonish.
that'd be great.
Very good.
That's great podcast content.
And then I can just be like, right, gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mouse update.
Damn.
So that's what's going on in the world of
Mice.
mice.
Interesting.
Or mouse.
I
hope, in
I
this case.
sincerely hope that this does draw to a conclusion soon. Because I don't want to want the next episode we come to record and there's just giant sledgehammered holes in the wall behind you where you're just like, I can't find this fucking mouse, Greg.
And you see it run behind me.
Yeah.
Or it's like on my shoulder. I can't find it anywhere.
I just see behind you just the fridge open. And just it crawls up and just gets the cheese and then it shuts again and it just goes off.
Oh, okay. I'm going to move on. So hopefully if I stop talking about it as much, I'll stop looking around the room.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, when it runs past my foot, I keep lifting my foot up and putting it on the bottom of the chair.
It just wants attention, Greg. I'm seeing some red flags with this, mate. It just wants attention. What you got to do is ignore it. So then it then comes back and starts flaunting itself at you. It's like, oh, look at me, look
we
at
don't
me.
go looking for it. Did you see the shocking news that turned my world upside down this week? When, of course, there was the article that Short Circuit's getting remade.
Oh, right, yeah. For a brief second there, I thought you were going to mention the article that was put in our group chat the other day that Ian photoshopped me onto.
No.
And I was like, oh, you read that, did you? Oh, right.
No. To be fair, Short Circuit 1 isn't as fond. I like Short Circuit 1.
It's
but
an
I'm
origin
definitely
story.
Camp Short Circuit 2. Short Circuit 2, and I can't see that if they remade Short Circuit and did a sequel to that, very unlikely they're going to remake Short Circuit 2 as a sequel to the rebooted film. They'll do a different one. So I feel Short Circuit 2 is safe. It can't be tampered with. It is what it is. It won't be messed with.
I feel like there's a lot of similarities between...
I take solace with that.
Sorry, I feel like there's a lot of similarities between Short Circuit 1 and 2 and Home Alone 1 and 2. Because in the second one, he's in the big city all on his own.
But then ends up in a house still.
Well, there you go.
I've watched them both recently. Indiana's enjoyed
Worlds
Home
collide.
Alone. Indiana's enjoyed Home Alone.
Oh, has she? I bet she does.
Short
There's a lot of people
Circuit
falling over.
is getting... She does. She thinks it's hilarious. Short Circuit is getting the film about an experimental military robot. That sounds a bit sexual. That is struck by lightning is getting remade. The end.
See,
no.
it's
got quite a good. It's got quite a good team. Oh, they're just finishing. Oh, the people doing it are currently working on the upcoming reboot of Scream. It says reboot, but it has the cast in it still. It's not a reboot, it's just the Scream 5.
they're just playing. They're trying to break the fourth wall and all that shit, aren't they?
Or they're just introducing younger people to take over.
Yeah.
Is usually how it goes.
I hope Courtney Cox isn't in it.
But yes, they're remaking Short Circuit, the first one, and I'm pretty sure they've used a picture on the article from Short Circuit 2.
Yeah, that is 100% Short Circuit 2.
Yeah, it's a picture from Short Circuit 2. This is an NME as well, I'll have you know.
So, I have thought about this because I know that you are very, very fond of Short Circuit 2, and my thing is if they do a remake, obviously it's going to be present day. I just don't believe that a military operation would make a robot that looks like Johnny Five in 2020.
What? Sorry.
Greg, I said...
sorry.
Greg, I said when you were really good at doing two things at once. I take that back immediately.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. No, sorry. I was saying, if obviously the remake would be based, I would assume, in present day, and I just don't.
Oh yeah, no, I heard. I heard what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be.
But it has to be.
Sorry.
He would have to look like Johnny Five. He's a very. They
No.
can't just do like some AI fucking CGI shit and just say, "Yep, there's Johnny Five."
Yeah,
It's like no, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I got what you were saying previously. Yeah, that is. They probably would redesign him. Like they did it. They did it with RoboCop. Like
Yeah,
like,
but
not too extreme, but the RoboCop remake they made it a bit different. They probably will redesign him a bit because they wouldn't make robots that look like that now.
Yeah,
would
he
they?
looks like he's made of Meccano. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they wouldn't make a robot today look like that, would they? If they
So, I think-
if they were like $1 billion bloody dollar fucking military.
Yeah, of course. But like, I feel like they've dug their own
organisation.
grave with that because it's just like anyone that knows like Short Circuit and the films knows what Johnny Five looks like, and now they're just going to completely change
And
it.
yeah.
I understand that we are probably not the target audience, and it's just like give this to kids
No.
these days. But like, but you kind of want to see Johnny Five. I bet there's a bit. I bet there's a bit
with
in
the same
scene.
voice.
I bet you there's a bit in the scene where they're in some sort of like archived fucking or like a junkyard or something, and then just
See like a sketch of him on the wall.
Nah, or like the head of Johnny Five is like in some rubble somewhere, and it's like an Easter egg in the
Yeah.
fucking film. I guarantee that. Print that. 2020.
Where's that pile of rubble over
I'll
there?
tell you that right now. Remember 141. It is the day that Joe predicted the future.
Yeah, it probably definitely will be a little Easter egg in there, I'm sure. Who knows? Who knows how they'll approach it? Who knows how they'll do it? It'd be awesome if they did. I mean, I suppose they wouldn't just make a straight remake. It would be an updated version.
They'll
I'm
give
sure.
their own original twist on it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
God, that's really going to annoy me now. As soon as you were saying that, I remembered recently I swear I watched a reboot of something, and they did the origin story, like, very different. Oh, it's really going to annoy me that I can't remember the fuck I was watching recently, and I was a bit annoyed, and I was like, oh, they've changed it too much. Oh, that's an absolute joke. And I didn't watch it anymore, but I can't remember what it was, so pointless story, me even telling the joke.
You know what I think's an underrated film that I think gets forgotten about, but it was around the same sort of time as Short Circuit, and it's so forgotten about that I can't remember the name of it. So, Greg, you're about to shine. It's like it's all about these people that live like in. It was all about these people that live in like an apartment building, and then these little tiny robot things like come and visit.
Oh, Batteries Not Included.
There we go. That's it. Well done, Greg.
Yeah, classic. Fucking classic.
I think that's a really underrated. That film is very underrated.
It's a great film. It's Spielberg.
Yeah, is it? Oh, I did not.
Yeah,
I did
Spielberg,
not,
right?
Did
Batteries
not
Not
know
Included.
that.
I'm fairly sure that Batteries Not Included is Spielberg, and there's a nod to them in Close Encounters of the Third Kind in the ship or something like that, or vice versa. Like there's a nod to each other. Batteries Not Included. Oh no, it wasn't Spielberg. I stand
Maybe was he like
corrected.
executive
Fantastic.
producer or something?
I thought he was. Director was actually Matthew Robbins.
Oh.
I thought Spielberg was on that. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm looking at the wrong film. Oh, no, I'm not. That is right. I don't know. I'm going to write Spielberg and see if that comes up. No. Oh, hang on a minute. Steven Spielberg. Batteries Not Included. There's no difference. It still just says the same thing. So he didn't direct it. Oh, yeah. His company, Albion Entertainment and Universal, with Universal Pictures. Albion, that's him, isn't it? That's Spielberg's company.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I don't know why I'm saying
there you
yeah.
go,
I didn't even know he
there it is.
directed Batteries Not Included, and he didn't even do it.
It has the opening that has you remember this old film company from the 80s, and it has the name like Albion, and however you pronounce it, and it had like the ET with the kid in the bike.
Oh,
to the
yeah,
moon.
of course. Yeah.
So that's Spielberg's company. So
Classic.
yeah, they did Batteries Not Included.
Nice.
Batteries Not Included is an awesome film, man. I was caught the end of it recently. It's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
That film is generally it's a very sad film.
It is. It's really sad.
But the robots are awesome in it.
Yeah, the robots look really cool. Also, you know, I was just in the topic of remakes. You know, I see a remake of Cocoon. I want to see a remake of Cocoon.
Jesus, Cocoon. Man, you started me on something here. I remember, and mate, this is so many years ago because I still shared a bedroom with Jason. So I hadn't even moved into my old room that was the little small room at the front
Yeah.
for years. And then Gary moved into that room, and I moved into the bigger room upstairs. Like, so we're talking fucking, I was young, man. I still shared a bunk bedroom with Jason. I remember watching Cocoon on the TV in bed and bawling my eyes out
Oh man.
when the granddad left. Like, I remember really fucking crying. I remember my mum coming upstairs and being like, "What's wrong? We can hear you crying downstairs." And I was like, "I was watching this film." Yeah, Cocoon.
Oh man, you
so
know what?
yeah, that memory's really stuck with me.
The bit that's really sad in that is not even them when they're leaving to go on the spaceship or whatever. Spoilers. It's the bit when the guy's wife is really ill and they find him like floating her in the water where the cocoons are.
Yeah.
Trying to heal her, and it doesn't work. And it's mate, that is fucking brutal. That is fucking brutal.
It is. That is brutal.
Yeah.
As you can tell, this episode we and Joe have been a bit all over the gaff, and it is
mate,
a little bit off our things.
I am Joe. Also, I am Joe all over the gaff Jackson tonight, mate.
But also, we have got some Skype lag coming and going, and I keep your sound keeps.
I was getting some echoes.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I was getting some echoes.
Yeah, your sound keeps disappearing, all going all electric-y, so we're having a bit of a tough time on Skype here, so we apologise. So I think I'm going to move on to what Marin sent us.
Yeah.
To get things back on track and bring us to a nice, safe landing. So yeah, Marin messaged All Seen Guys the other day to say she just finished the last episode, and when she was reading the description, when we talked about a wedding tradition, then we talked about the fiance.
Oh,
for
fuck's sake, yeah.
The girl.
We turned it into like our first agony aunt in ages.
Yeah, the family listened outside, and then they would cut a bit of the bed sheets and weave it into a blanket or something. So she was like, "Oh, when I read the description about the strange wedding tradition, I thought you were going to talk about this." And then she sent me what I'm going to read out now, which I believe was from Reddit. So, here we go. This is another wedding tradition story.
Sick.
My girlfriend and I have been dating for 4 years and engaged for 1. Not too long after we had been dating, she told me about her family tradition for marriages. She said that the boy must take the mother of the bride out on a date night, buy her a dress and something to sleep in, pay for everything, and buy them a hotel to stay in. She said it's nothing to be worried or freaked out about. And getting a hotel room means you don't have to sleep together, although a long time ago it did. I laughed a little bit and asked her if she was serious. She said she was. I said I had a hard time believing it and didn't care to discuss it anymore. Yeah, you tell her. I've had a hard time believing it. I don't want to discuss it anymore.
That is, I believe that is upper class terms for fuck off.
We never really talked about it again until this past week. Dun, dun, dun. I had honestly pretty much forgot about it. My girlfriend and I have our wedding in less than a month. We were talking about wedding stuff, and she asked me if I had picked out what her mum and I were going to do for our date night.
That's bullshit.
I laughed it off and waited for her to move on. She didn't. She looked confused as to why I was laughing. She insisted again that this was 100% serious and that she expected me to do it. I told her I didn't feel comfortable doing that, and I didn't want to spend the night alone in a hotel with somebody who wasn't my girlfriend or wife. I asked her why we would have to get a hotel. She explained that a long time ago, the mother of the bride would actually sleep with the boy, and it was viewed as a way to kick off the marriage. I asked if she expected me to do that. She laughed and said of course not, but that she couldn't be upset with me if it did happen. But then she said that her mother doesn't plan to actually do anything sexual. I still kind of freaked out by the whole concept. I asked her if I could just buy her mum dinner. My girlfriend got upset with me and asked why I was refusing to allow a fun tradition. I simply said that I didn't feel comfortable with it. She said I was acting like a stubborn kid and that I should have fun. I insisted I wouldn't do the hotel part. She left and went on to tell her family. They have all reached out to me and asked me what's wrong with me and why I'm being such a jerk about it. The mum called me and she was actually quite nice about it. She said she thinks I'm a great guy and that while she would love to have a night together, she understands that I have a right to say no. She even said she spoke to my girlfriend about it and told her that I have the right to refuse. Nevertheless, my girlfriend is still upset with me. I will mention as well that my girlfriend and her family are from a different culture, so that is probably why I'm not accustomed to this. Am I the arsehole for being stubborn about this continuing situation? There's a lot to unpack there.
Fucking hell.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
Is that real?
Probably not, I don't know. Some Reddit, so who knows?
Oh my god. I wouldn't get married. I'd be out. I'm gone. In that situation, I'm sorry if that is considered an overreaction, but I'm not marrying that fucking person.
I might bang the mum first, then use that as an
Well,
excuse.
I mean,
to get out
yeah,
of
that's
marriage.
the only advice we've ever given, Greg. So yeah, of course, do that.
But this time it's applicable and actually quite
applicable.
sensible as well, because it kind of screws them over a bit. Haha, I got you have sex with the mum, and then you're actually now I've had sex with your mum. I don't morally believe I could marry you. It'd be weird being in that family
that is
life and
dark.
knowing I had sex with her.
is
So
a-
actually, I'm going to call off the wedding and leave you.
That
because
is a-
this is a weird situation.
That is a horrifically
That is
toxic response.
It is, isn't it?
That fucking hell. Girls write Tumblr posts about people like that. Fuck
It
me.
is bad.
Jesus.
Or as Joe
God.
says, just leave. I probably would just leave. I doubt I actually would do that, but that's the
think,
advice I'm giving. Even though this is an agony aunt. Or is it? I suppose it is an agony aunt. Interestingly enough, before we
It's
discuss this
absolutely.
further,
Although he
actually-
didn't ask for any advice or anything at all and was clearly just telling a story.
No, he did. He did. He
Oh,
did.
did he?
He said, "Am I the arsehole for
Oh,
being
that's right. Yeah, he answered the
stubborn
question.
about
Therefore, this is
situation?"
advice time.
But following that Aunt Marin actually did send me an agony aunt. Be like, oh, that sounds like an agony aunt. Here's an agony aunt you could do.
Yeah.
But like, actually, this is an agony aunt as well. That it's kind of turned into.
All right. Well, let's
sorry.
let's deal with this one first, and then we'll do the other one.
Yes, that's how it works.
Whew. Well, I mean, as I said, I'm getting out of that entire situation. I'm not marrying that person anymore because I did not realise.
She doesn't know where I went bang her mum.
For some reason she wants me to fuck her mum. That's weird. That's an awful situation. You could not pay me to get down that altar in that situation. In all honesty,
It's hilarious.
I'm out.
I'd like to have heard more about when he was like, oh, the other family have reached out to me and asked me why I'm being such a jerk about it. I'd like to hear more about that. Like, why aren't you banging my wife? What's wrong
It's like
with her?
that that film The Other Guys with Will Ferrell
Yeah,
and
Will
Mark
Ferrell
Wahlberg
and,
as the cops.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say Mark Lamar. That'd be very.
I'd watch that. I feel like he'd just get annoyed with Will Ferrell and it would just be them shout. I mean, I
Will
guess
Ferrell
Mark
and
Wahlberg
Mark
shouts him
Lamar.
as well. But yeah, there's that bit where they have to go to like an ex-girlfriend of Will Ferrell's house, and she's clearly still really into him, and like the whole
Yeah.
running joke in the entire film is that like really really hot women are like into Will Ferrell, and like but even like her husband's just like, I totally understand, you go right ahead, and even at the end of it, like them leaving their house, and he's like, you get back here and fuck my wife. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that family
like
is.
that. Yeah.
Oh God! Imagine, no, but like I would like, if I said no and it was still a problem, that wedding is coming to a complete halt until that issue is sorted. And I don't mean taking the mum to a hotel room for whatever reain. Why is that a tradition?
I'm going to take your mum to that hotel room for a bit of El Shafatha.
I really feel like we have to start researching wedding traditions, because I feel like these things clearly don't go back like.
That's an interesting thought.
It's not like oh, we've been doing this for 2 years. They've clearly been doing this for like 50 years, and it has been passed down through a number of generations. That's fucked. I just want to say I'm so sorry, mate. That's what I want to say, really. Fuck.
I've never heard anyone tell me any personal like weird wedding traditions I've had to do. It's very vague, and he's like, "Oh, I should say."
I feel like
they're from another culture. What does that mean?
Probably
they're
like
Jewish?
they're not white.
Oh. I say, well, there we go.
I feel like that's the term you use when you want to be racist, but you don't want to seem like a racist.
Or just
like,
describe,
they're from a different
another
culture.
So maybe. But he asked, is he being the arsehole here? No, he's not. You don't have to sleep with anyone you don't want to.
No.
Or spend a night in a hotel room with anybody you don't want to.
And you know what? I
You're not
feel
being
like
an arsehole. It's a justified fucking response.
like fair enough. She brought it up before the wedding in like enough time, and then he was like, "No, I don't want to do anything like that, and I don't want to talk about this ever again." And then a month before the wedding, she's just like, "Hey, remember
Good
that
day.
thing? Remember that thing that you didn't want to talk about? Well, we're gonna talk about it." They had plenty of time before that to actually have a proper discussion. Not like her saying, you have to do this, a discussion about that scenario. Like, he can ask questions like, why do I have to do this? Also, why has your family done this for so many years? Like, why has this been passed down to us?
And so weird that the mum was like, I don't want to do anything sexual. Don't worry, you have a right to say no. But, it would be nice to go out for dinner and stay in a hotel room with you. It'd be weird. If I've been with Lizzie like 10, 11 years. It would be weird now if I, obviously not sexual, if I took her out for dinner. And then we went and stayed in the hotel. It would just be strange. Having dinner maybe it'd be all right. But then it'd be like, right, let's go stay in a hotel now. Good night. Like, it'd be weird.
Yeah. I think, obviously, you have to share a room.
Who knows?
One of my biggest fears is like the idea of like sharing a room with someone. Like, if you like, you go like training courses for work that involves you like staying overnight. You have to share a room with someone you've never fucking met before. Biggest fear of my goddamn life.
I had to do it.
I'm not
Tommy
sleeping.
Hilfiger. We went to it was like an awards end of year thing, and it was the first year I'd gone because I was running Kingston store.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was a couple of managers I got really well with, like Sean and stuff, and I'm like, oh great, who am I going to be sharing a room with? Hoping it'd be one of the guys I'm quite pally with.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a guy I've never really spoken to. And I was like, oh. And it was, I don't know. You didn't really spend much time in the room, so it wasn't too bad, because you kind of literally had minutes to get in, get changed, go downstairs, have dinner, come back up, get changed, go downstairs for the party. And then it was downstairs the next morning for 9, and I ran back upstairs to throw up. So it wasn't actually too bad, to be fair. But it was awkward at first, especially like getting changed and stuff. Like, oh, hello.
Yeah, man, I don't want that. But like, I could like... Sorry, I was going to say as well, just in regards to this sort of weird family ritual tradition shit that they're doing, the only part of it that I feel is like plausible is the taking the mum out to dinner.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom the buying the dress bit. It's like, why have I got to buy her clothes?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that, yeah.
What's that about? Like her wedding outfit?
I feel like you skipped over a memory you don't want to share, or having to share a room with a stranger then.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to avoid it. No, I just...
okay.
No, it's just the idea of it.
He buggered me, Greg. Can we move on, please?
I just, like, it's just going to make wanking harder. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I've told the story before, man. When like me and Lizzie had like our first weekend away.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the early times we'd ever stayed together, like overnight and stuff.
Yeah.
And we went to Hastings, and we got to this little hotel, got to our room, and there wasn't a door to the bathroom. Instead, there was like a weird bit of wood hanging from the ceiling that you like, moved over. And it was really wobbly. And it was like, when you closed it, it was like an inch down either side of it. And then about half a foot off the ground at the bottom.
What?
And it was just like... Lizzie was like, I can't use this. I'm like, no, I don't really want you to see me shit either, or have to smell it. It's just a bit of fucking wood. Like, I think that I think if someone needed to go for a shit, it kind of became the other person would like lay in the bed facing the wall, reading Empire magazine with my headphones on. That was like the lock.
What the fuck? That is mental.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, although obviously I did like say to a lot of strangers when I was like interrating and stuff.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, man. There's just that shit, like just fucking.
Saw a lot of dicks, man. I saw a lot of dicks.
That's I don't know, man. It's just I'm totally fine with sharing like a hotel room with a partner or whatever, or like you guys when we went to fucking Amsterdam and shit. But like, just there's just some like. First of all, it's the idea of sharing it with a complete stranger. Second of all, it's then that person thinking, wow, this guy's got some weird sleeping activities and fucking habits. And then telling everyone. Like, I don't know if I still talk in my sleep. That's potentially a possibility. Don't need that. Okay. I don't need someone geezedropping me whilst I'm unconscious. I don't need that shit.
Sleep talking geezedrops are fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, they are. There has been some brilliant ones. Apparently, once my friend Rob, we were all staying over at my friend's flat. There was like fucking 8 of us there, all just strung out on the floors and shit. And Oh, that was it. No, Karina was laying on the sofa, and I was sat on the sofa, just like upright, just sat like a normal person, upright. What the fuck am I talking about? I was sleeping sat, and she was like laying down with her feet across me, and then like I woke up, and like Karina's like pushing me and shit, and I was just like, what is it? And she was just like, you were it. You were talking in your sleep. You were talking about Rob's dick and how he thinks it's really big. Like, and I was just like, what? And he was like, dude, you were talking about Rob's dick, and I was just like, oh fuck. And then I just like went back to sleep, and she was like, yeah, thanks. So ridiculous, man. So ridiculous.
Joe, it had to be a man's dick you were chatting
course it
about,
did.
wasn't
Yeah,
it? When
it's
someone
always-
was there to hear you.
Yeah,
Had to be a man's dick.
that's what happens.
Well, I told you before when I first moved into the flat with Lizzie, the one in Surbiton, the original living room. Like that's the first time I probably moved out from home. When I lived in that flat with Lizzie, when we first moved in, I started talking in my sleep.
Sleep talking.
Like
Sleep talking's a word, a phrase.
He's asleep, talking, walking. But yeah, I started
now-
talking in my sleep for a bit. It might have just been the shock to the, just the change of environment. Like I'm not sleeping at home anymore. Now I live here. This is my bedroom.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's probably true.
So for the first few weeks or so, I slept talk and I say like weird things. Like Lizzie would get in bed and I'd literally be like someone sitting there. And she thought I was joking, and she was like, and then looked and saw I was fast asleep, and was like, what? All the time when she was asleep, and she woke up from me like moving her. She was like, what? And I had my eyes shut, and I was rubbing my head. And she said, what is it? And I just went to her, am I wearing a hat? And she went, no. And I went, oh. And just went back to sleep.
I love that. That's fucking great. Oh man.
So,
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Like, it can happen. Apparently, Lizzie's not as often, but every now and again, Lizzie will wake me up and be like, "You were talking in your sleep."
Yeah.
I was like, "What was I saying?" And most times, she's like, "I don't know."
I think I mean, from previous partners, I think my sleep talk has just turned into snoring. So that's unfortunate. Are you about to show me your cock?
Sorry. No. I just realised the computer was on like no battery.
Oh,
so
you weren't plugged in.
The lead. No, I was letting the battery run down a bit, but then I just forgot and was like, "Oh shit, I need to plug this in now."
I thought you were about to turn your laptop round and the mouse was just going to be there, and I'd be like, "Huh!"
Oh my god. Yeah, like a horror film, just like flaps, like it's going to jump out the screen in a minute.
I would have fallen out of this seat because I'm already fucking nearly horizontal in it.
Right, I'm going to do this agony aunt Marin sent us, and then we'll wrap up because we are well all over the place today.
Yeah, man.
But again, mainly because of the Skype issues.
Mainly because of me.
Right. Mainly, well, and me as well.
These are the fun ones when we. I haven't been this pissed whilst we're podcasting in quite a while.
Yeah, you weren't even home long.
Nah, I literally like.
You weren't even home from work that day.
I had dinner, like ate like a duck, and just didn't really sort of.
What did you have for dinner? Whiskey.
Mate. Well, yeah, but that was the appetizer.
With ice.
It was. I had chicken Kiev, mate. It was banging.
I had a chicken Kiev last night. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Oh, mate. Also, quickly before I actually do move on to this, while we're talking about dinner, the other week when I finished my working day rotations, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna order Mickey Mazzano's pizza. I'm well hyped for it.
Nice.
And like Lizzie ordered the Chinese. I jumped on the web and it was closed. Sometimes I forget it closes on a Wednesday, but I just forget the days. I forget what day is what when I work at the moment.
I can already feel your disappointment.
I was so disappointed, and I was like, "Fuck, it's not open today. It's Wednesday." I kept thinking it was Friday, so I was really fucking gutted. So I was like,
"No, you can't close on a Friday. What are you talking about?"
And that's what I was thinking. But obviously, it wasn't Friday. It was Wednesday. That's why I was shut. And I was like, "Fuck, oh man, well Lizzie's getting Chinese, so I need to order something." So I ordered a Go-Go's pizza. Pizza Go-Go,
mate.
And I ordered
Legend.
double pepperoni.
Double.
Yeah, and it arrived. And I opened it, and I don't know whether it was just it was a bad on their part, or if I've turned into a bit of a Mickey Mazzano's fucking pizza snob now, which Lizzie thinks it is. Because, you know, you get a Mickey's pizza, they hold the slice stays up, it's crispy, it's solid, but not solid. You know what I mean? Like, it holds its own. Like, it's a well-constructed slice. Its integrity remains. This, I was like, it looks like someone's just splattered yellow and orange.
Do it, Gordon Ramsay style. Do it, Gordon Ramsay style. What is this?
I picked it up, and it was so soft, it just kind of went like that, and all this fucking orange liquid just dripped all out of it, all over the paper stain.
Man.
And I was just like, fuck, man. And I was trying to eat it, and I was like, it doesn't even taste of anything. And I was like, am I just being a snob from fucking having Mickey's, or were they not this bad? I don't remember them being bad. Like, this
we ordered.
One of the worst
Was it the Tolworth one?
Loads.
Oh, it's not actually. No, let's not name it.
I don't know which one it was. I did it on Lizzie's Just Eat. So yeah, it was bad. When I left it, I came back to it later on that night.
Better.
It was a little bit better, but it just didn't really taste. It didn't really seem cooked properly. The dough, the base was like almost just like dough still. Like, it was really
squishy,
it, and it was just like there was no crunch to any part of it. There was no crust at all. Like, it was just all overspill with like just nothing.
Oh,
that
sounds
edge. It was hard to hold.
That sounds bad. That doesn't sound good at all.
It was hard to hold, and it was just like a fucking wet towel. Like, oh man, I was so disappointed.
I was
Very disappointed.
I talked to Ed and Sarah recently, and there was discussion of Christmas horror, which is soon approaching.
Yeah. I also discussed this with Ed when I saw him yesterday.
Oh, fantastic! Well, after we record, we can relay our informations. But yeah, no, I was talking to Sarah about like what we can do to eat, and I said potentially about doing pizza dough, so we can maybe do pizzas. But I think she's also thinking.
We can. The only
about,
problem with
like,
that is that also
tacos.
means that also means if you do pizza, you're in the kitchen for like ages.
It's not that long. If potentially, there's a potential way around it, which is Tesco's do like a Pizza Express dough that's already made, and then all you got to do is like fucking roll it out. So there's that. Okay. We could do that, or I could make some dough the night before and bring it with, or whatever. So, but we'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We don't need to discuss this right now.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Yeah, it's really just
Ed
just a side topic.
Ed was just like, we got to figure out Christmas horror, and I was like, cool. Well, I'll just check what days throughout December fall on my 4 off, and hopefully, I'm sure 4 days off in a row, and we're bound to hit
a weekend or something.
A weekend/day that Joe's off as well.
Wouldn't it? But think
because
about this. What if we could get?
I swear Ed's got more time off for Christmas this year. I swear he's off for like 2 weeks or something.
Well, I've got 4 days off from Christmas Day. So that's Christmas Day, nice. Boxing Day, the Sunday, nice. And the Monday, which is fucking sweet.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that. We usually go quite early in December, don't we? We go. Quite early
usually we go early, but I mean, I don't know if you want to maybe try and do it after the Christmas, but I mean, that's a possible option. That's the only time off I know I've got at the moment.
We can't actually decide because of lockdown, can we?
There is also that. There is also
Christmas
horror this year could be over Skype.
Sorry. Listeners, that we started discussing our personal
They're just like, what's Christmas horror?
This fucking agony aunt. This agony aunt we almost started about 10-15 minutes ago, and since then have discussed pizza, fucking something else, Christmas horror. Like,
all right. This is it. We're wrapping things up.
Anyone would think we're doing a podcast.
Nah. What?
So this is the agony aunt sent. Thank you, Marin.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to your talks. I don't want your advice. Just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer. Do not take our advice. If you do, we will not be held accountable for inedible heartbreak. Thank you. So when I was younger, I was only able to masturbate when I was going to poop because of privacy reasons in my home.
That's a shank, isn't it?
Yep. So sooner or later, I would jerk off and then go with my poop. That slowly evolved into doing both at the same time. Now, I didn't see anything wrong with this, stupidly, until I moved out of my old family home. And when I moved out, I decided to masturbate on my bed. And well, throughout the motions of finishing, I accidentally made a mess of my bed. I wasn't able to hold my bowels, so I decided to continue masturbating on my toilet so it wouldn't happen again. Well, I didn't see anything wrong with this continuing. I didn't see anything wrong with continuing this masturbation plan until I got into a relationship. Masturbation plan. Fucking great band name. Fucking masturbation plan. That's a fucking sick punk band.
Did you say relationship masturbation plan?
No. So I decided to continue. Where is it?
Until I got in a relationship.
I didn't see anything wrong with continuing this masturbation plan until I got into a relationship.
I swear, I overheard. I thought you said relationship masturbation plan, and I was just like, I think that's an At the Drive-In song.
So here is like, now I won't describe the whole relationship phase, but I'll just say we had sex and it was an event.
No, that's not a good description.
I went over to her house, stupidly forgot about my predicament, so I'm standing off the bed and having sex, and was about to come. I felt my bowels churn, and I dropped a fat log on her floor. It was right there in the middle of the floor in her bedroom. She asked me what fell, but I was too embarrassed to say anything. I didn't know what to do.
What fell? She heard it.
I didn't know what to do, and it smelt so bad, so I just put on my clothes real fast and ran out of her house. How do I salvage this relationship and explain everything to her? She's been texting me non-stop, and I just don't know how to answer. Help me, please. She probably is texting you non-stop because you did a shit on her floor.
Yeah, her texts are like, why did you take a shit on my floor and then run away? Is this some sort of joke? Oh my God. Oh, that guy's ruined. That guy, I'm pretty sure that guy's never going to have sex ever again.
He gonna have sex again.
Oh my God, shitting on the ground.
Shitting on the fucking ground and then grabbed his clothes. So he only see, obviously it smelled bad. She heard it hit the floor. He then runs out after sex, and then she would have seen the shit on the floor. So I think it wouldn't take Pyro to figure out that he shit himself while having sex.
Oh, God, yeah. She must have just put that equation together so quickly. Oh, that poor guy. Oh, God. Well, I mean, I guess wean off shitting and wanking. One or the other. I mean, don't wean off them. Just don't do them together. But, like... Just I don't know. What's the equivalent of in this situation to like methadone? I don't know. Like
what? That's a weird thing. What would you mean?
Well, like they give
methadone
to heroin addicts to wean them off like heroin. So
right, of course.
What's the methadone of wanking and shitting at the same time?
Fingering your arsehole instead.
Imodium. Imodium and a chastity belt. Sorted. Done.
I want to be constipated, please.
No shit, please. Damn. Well, yeah, he's done it so often, and that's impressive because that really does take some time. That's not like a weekend activity that your body's just going to remember. That is years of wanking and shitting, and his body's it's like what is it? It's like muscle memory.
But maybe this could be the girl to help. If she's texting him non-stop, he didn't say what kind of text. I don't know if they're like, oh my God, what's wrong? What's happening? Please get in touch. Or if they're like, fuck you, you fucking shit on my floor. Yeah, it's like, dude, you like it.
But he did say she's trying to salvage it. Like, or is it she's texting me non-stop? How do I salvage it? Just respond.
Yeah.
She's like, could you come and clean up your shit, please?
Clean. yeah.
I refuse to touch your poo. Please come and clean it up. It's been 3 weeks.
You left a fat turd on my floor. You didn't get it, please. Don't want to touch it. My dog's eating half of it. It's disgusting.
Oh, you beast.
Yeah, maybe she could be the one to. Maybe she gets into it.
Oh God, no! That's that urban legend about the guy who fucked a girl and then like she tried to put love eggs up his ass or something, and then she like pulled him out. He did his shit, and then he ran off, and he came back, and she was rolling around in his shit.
Yeah, but some girls are into that, same way guys are.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
true. Nice recovery. Neither am I.
Also,
you said that so goddamn quick.
It's also the way I obviously listeners can't see this, and the way I repositioned my. You can't even see. I kind of move my arm.
I did see you sort of moving. Just like, not
I was
that
like,
into it.
some girls like it. I was like, some girls like it. And guys, like, I move my arm up onto top of the chair and change
Like
my
some
whole
sort
stance.
of like
And
educational video about homosexuality.
Joe, this isn't really.
Some guys are into it. And girls.
This podcast isn't really a podcast, Joe. It's just been me trying to find a way to build up to telling you I'm really into shit. And,
Greg, I know you're into shit. But I just didn't realize it
141
was
failed
sexual.
attempts at trying to tell you the news now.
My constant interruptions. I've got to do it again. I've got to piss. I'm going to piss my pants. We're so close to the end, but I've got to piss.
It's weird that he leaves to piss his pants. I gotta piss my pants. I gotta go. Anyway, it's me now on my own. Joe's gone for his. I wonder if I can hear him again. Actually, no, I can't. Last time when I edited the episode when Joe went for a piss. Right now, I can't hear anything, but his Zoom mic is sat on his desk recording, and Zoom mics are pretty sensitive. When I heard his audio, I could literally hear him walk out his door, down the hallway, shut the bathroom door. I heard him piss, fucking as if he was stood next to me, and then come back. I obviously cut it out of the episode and deleted it. You know, I don't have it saved for my own personal. That'd be weird, right? But if anyone is interested in having that audio, get in touch. allseeingguys@gmail.com. Hi, Joe.
What were you plugging? I just heard .com. I assumed you were plugging something. I forgot to say as well. Our discussion about the pizza place was just one long giant advert that sounded like a story. It was fantastic. You mentioned opening times, the quality of their pizza. It was fucking great.
Stand by it.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the shit and wanking guy?
Yeah, I reckon go back to the girl because you know what, you're probably if she's up for helping out, you should get in something. Maybe not help out as in encourage it like she likes to get off of it, but she might do. I've encountered a girl in my lifetime who asked me to defecate on her, and don't worry, Mum, I didn't do it.
Don't worry, Mum.
And no, Mum. And don't worry, Mum, it's not probably anyone. Well, it's probably no one you're thinking of, or it is. But they asked me to get on the.
That's great. Now I'm just imagining your mum just going through like a file of facts of names in her head, just like not her. Maybe her.
But no, I did not do so.
No, I don't. I've never been gifted with the option.
Biggest regret of my life.
Yeah, I've never had like a girl ask me to like shit anywhere near her. So
within 5 feet of me, can you please shit?
Yeah.
I'm really into it.
It's like some weird.
I remember a guy I knew told me a girl he was seeing was really into like piss, and I was like, "How did you find out she was into piss?" He's like, "Actually, we were all showering together. We've been together, and I kind of just forgot she was in the shower."
No.
And I had my eyes shut, washing my hair, and I just started pissing, and then I heard her being like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh God, I started pissing. Sorry." And she was like, "No, it's fine. I love that popcorn smell." And I was like, "Oh right." And he's like, "It kind of escalated from there."
Does it smell like popcorn? Where's this? I've heard this before, but I've never. Does piss smell like popcorn? Because to me, it smells like piss.
Maybe if you eat a lot of popcorn.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing.
Fucking sugar puffs. Didn't sugar puffs like change your piss smell pretty drastically?
Is there any way that you can ask this person what cinema chain that he visited to eat all this popcorn? Because I think it's been covered in piss.
But he said it quickly escalated from just him pissing in the shower and her being like, "Oh, that smells nice. I like that."
To her gargling his piss, the ABCs and shit.
He's like, we literally were like on like a camping trip, and I went for a piss. He's like, I was really drunk and I walked off into the bushes and I stood to have a piss. And while I was pissing, she came with me. She was pissing. She squatted down to piss. And as I started pissing, she literally just stuck her whole head into my stream with her mouth open and was just like rubbing over her face while masturbating, just being like, "Oh my God, I love it. I love the popcorn smell so much." And he was like, "Oh yeah." You know?
I think I've got this.
Like,
I have a slight theory
But then,
that suggests that this girl.
I was like, but then she's covered in piss. And he's like, yeah, it was weird. Because then we were with loads of people. We had to go back to them. Oh, sorry, she's quickly had to go to the tent because she's covered in piss.
She's covered in popcorn. Oh, fuck. But I have a slight theory about this, and she's not actually got a kink for urine. She's got a kink for popcorn.
Yeah, there's a drier way to get into that fetish.
Yeah.
Love.
Just stick a load of kernels up your arse or something. I don't know. Like, just fucking Jesus. Christ.
But yeah, so shit wait, man. I reckon he should get in touch with this girl and just see what's he got to lose. If she's getting in touch, just reply.
I can't.
See what happens. If it goes south, then fucking just go away and work on your coming and shitting problem. Try and unsync those. You know, you need to go to your settings and you need to go to fucking orgasm and turn off sync with shit.
Make us sound like an iPod.
That's what I was doing.
God.
I was doing the iPhone instructions.
I zoned out a little bit there because I was only just trying to think about like. You brought me right back in with the syncing. It really brought me back. I was just trying to think like, oh man, I'm so vanilla. I just like, you know. I think the worst thing that I'm willing to admit to is just like letting a girl spit in my mouth. I think is probably about the worst. But
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, you let her go? What?
Mate, it was wild. It was great.
I mean,
it was fucking awesome.
It's like snogging, but like during sex.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking rad.
Wow.
Well, there's that, and then the getting punched in the face during that was pretty good as well.
Yes, of course, just like in the Californication.
Before it even came out, mate, I'm telling you, I feel like
I'm pretty sure that's why I showed you that show because you were like, "Oh, girl punched me in the face." I told you that,
and you're just like, "Oh, this
man, that happens the day with the
David
Californication. You got to watch it. Here's 7 DVD series." And you literally like 2 days later, you were like, "I finished it."
Dude, the thing was, you gave me that, right? And I started watching it, and I think it was like it was either the night before Bullen's wedding or Matt's wedding, and
yeah.
I stayed awake until 5 a.m. just watching Californication, and I was like, I had to be up at like 8, and I was like, oh, I've chosen poorly. I picked the wrong
time. The next
time.
day we're bowling. We're both walking into that wedding while sunglasses on in slow motion in our heads. We're fucking just like...
I think, yeah, definitely after watching that, whatever wedding I was at, I was just like, I'm fucking Hank Moody today. Was I? No, went home on my own.
Fucking Moody.
Went home with Matt. Went home with Matt after, like, fucking, what? We got in a cab together after Bullen's wedding.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, great stuff. Awesome.
I'm going to wrap...
No, just to wrap things up here.
We're tripping over each other again on our Skype fucking situation.
There's a lot of tripping. There's a lot of tripping. That's all right.
Sorry,
this is just made me want to record in person once more again. That's all. This is done. This has been a
yes.
I have laughed my way through this episode drunkenly. I can't remember anything I've said, so I'm sorry for the actions that we have taken.
Quickly, I should mention why you just said recording in person that we have a new mixer. We almost didn't record. We almost recorded just through Skype tonight, which from the sounds of things would have been a disaster because our Skype line's pretty fucking terrible this evening. It would have been a bit of a fucking nightmare if we had recorded just straight through Skype. Just because my mixer died this week and it had been with us. And I was like talking to Lizzie or John. I was talking to someone about it. And I was just like, yeah, I've had it like 8, 9... maybe 10 years. And I was like, actually, no, we've only been doing the podcast 5, 6 years. Not that long.
Didn't we replace it?
No, wait. No. Then I was like, wait, actually, I've had it since, like, Dice Rollers.
Yeah.
Like, since, like, the
Served
start
us
of
well,
Dice
mate.
Rollers. Like, and I was like,
and
fuck,
that was nearly...
And it's had a lot of usage.
The only reason that I know that Dice Rollers is nearly 10 years old is because one of the first songs we released, I have a line in it which states my age at the time, which was 27. So, like... Even that feels like an old time to start a rap career.
Was that Stage Lights?
Nah, it was...
Because I say 28 years of age in Stage Lights, don't I?
It was My Life with Natty G.
Yeah, I say 28 years of age in...
you do, yeah.
Stage Lights.
28 years of age. Only a year later. We did so much writing. Yeah.
Yes, but we got a new mixer, so yeah, it would be nice to record in person with this lovely, pristine, brand new mixer.
I would very much enjoy that.
Although,
let's keep our fingers crossed that lockdown isn't extended. and let's hope that
Yeah.
we can link up and do a record in person.
Yeah, if worst comes to worst, we'll fucking take a walk with the zoo. We'll go old school with it. Holy
Love
shit. I think we've kind of wrapped up the fucking agony. I'm telling him he should get in touch with the girl and see what happens. If nothing happens, then just go unsync your fucking situation.
Unsync that shit.
do-
Unsync your shitting situation.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Nah.
All right, still clear on the mouse. I thought I heard it earlier. I thought there's a moment when you were chatting. I was probably looking.
That's
at
when you zoned out.
Convinced. Yeah, I thought I could hear it just down here because I've got right next to me. I've got like Lizzie, like 2 boxes of like Lizzie's folders from work. I thought I could hear it behind there, but I've now realised I think it was just my chair.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I could hear like and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? So yes, there we go, listeners. I'm not going to keep apologising. It actually sounds like it was a fun episode from what I remember. From what I just experienced.
My chest is still warm from laughing. I think just or infection. I don't know. Who knows?
Good time. But we were a bit all over the place. But I will also testify that a lot of that is down to.
I did a lot of
Skype
hand and arm movements. I feel like that happened.
So thank God the new mixer arrived not long before we started recording. Otherwise,
this could have been a real
probably
shit show.
It probably would have been an unreleasable episode if fucking from the connection we've had.
Yeah.
We just did it straight through Skype. So thank fuck. Anyway.
And before we leave tonight, once again, if you are interested at all in Star Wars or the history of the toys and so forth, please go and check out Red spelt Reed 5 Designs. That's not the entire thing. There's a brackets in there. Red Reed. Red is it Red
5
Reed?
Designs.
Red 5 Designs
Reed,
spelled. Yeah, see there you go. Red spelt Reed.
Spelt Reed. Yeah.
Go and check out Red 5
You also
Designs
spelled Red Reed.
And they're so he's just talking all over me. I'm trying to plug his shit here. It's just
That's not ages ago. See that shows the delay we're having because I stopped a while ago.
Oh really? Shit.
In fact, that doesn't show the delay we're having because when I edit this, the audio will be side by side.
I was gonna say that's the only reason this fucking episode's an hour and a half long. But if you're gonna edit it, we'll be fine.
I'm just gonna line up the audio.
Go and give, if you are an appreciator of Star Wars and all things Star Wars, go and give Red 5 Designs some appreciation. And if you have the money, invest and maybe get a wonderful book for nostalgic persons. But don't wank on it because then you might start shitting, is what we've learned today. Basically, never masturbate again, otherwise you'll shit. Good night.
Good night. I've been Craig. Good night, Armstrong.
And I've been Joe Spit in My Mouth Jackson. And you're listening to Smooth Radio.
Come here, you dumb fucking dog.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.